Welcome back, y'alls, to the Solomon Project, where it's not how much you make, it's how much you keep that counts. I'm your host, Richard Burns. We are currently on I-95, about to enter the Bronx. Yeah, look over to the left. That's Co-op City, over to the left. Co-op City. I don't know if you can see it well from the camera. That is Co-op City. And we are officially in the Bronx. That's the first exit, headed southbound on I-95, exit 13. Oh, here they are. Yeah, speed limit is 50, but people around this way get carried away. And that's one of the locations right there where they pull cars over, trucks over, everything over. Yeah. As you're coming in, there's a hump. And you can't see past that hump until it's too late. And then when you look in your rearview mirror, you get to see those disco lights getting ready to pull you over. Yeah. We're about to head over into Queens. So we're going to be going over the Throgs Neck Bridge. That's spelled Throgs, Throgs Neck. So we're going to go from 95 to 695. It is almost 3 o'clock, and the traffic is relatively smooth for this section. I see some brake lights coming on, so we'll be slowing down. But it's moving at a decent pace, considering the time of the day. Oh, here we go. Starting to slow down. The good old Bronx. Yeah. Named after the Bronx River. From a territory owned by the Bronx family. B-R-O-N-K. I'm not sure if they were Dutch. They were either Dutch or Flemish or something. Something. But the Bronx family owned that piece of territory where that river ran through. And that's the Bronx River. The Bronx. We're not far from Orchard Beach. Yeah, the Bronx has a beach. I know there's one in Maine called Orchard Beach. Is it Maine? I think it is. But this is Orchard Beach in the Bronx. Now this beach here, when I used to go to that beach in the summer, you had to watch out for floating syringes. Floating syringes. Yeah. And some butt missiles here and there. So you had to be careful. This was back in the 80s. From what I understand, they cleaned the beach up pretty good. It's been a while since I've been there. I might as well go check. But I took the wife and the kids over to the children. There's a judge that doesn't like when people use the term kids. But I took the children over to the beach in Connecticut. Those beaches are all along the Long Island Sound, just as the beach here in the Bronx is. It's in the Long Island Sound. That beach was clean. It's a small beach, and you have to pay a fee to get in. Rocky Neck Beach. We had to pay a fee because we had out-of-state plates. If you got out-of-state plates, you got to pay a fee to go in and park. And it was pretty cool. You had your fathers with their dad bods, and they were brave. They had their hairy dad bods all exposed. Some of them were so hairy they looked like the local wildlife. But they sucked that gut in and they looked athletic. So you had some athletic looking dads up in there with their kids in the ocean water, in the sound water. Pretty nice. Some of them brought their own food. Yeah, I heard a few different languages. I heard some Eastern European talk. I heard some Brazilian. I heard some Spanish. And there was a family in front of us where we were sitting from. They busted out the rice and beans and the chicken. Ooh-wee. That thing looked good. I almost threw one of the kids' toys over there just to act like I just had to go and get their toy back and maybe beg for some of that rice and beans, y'alls. I was looking pretty sexy myself with my dad bod. I look like a standing bear. Pot belly and no butt. But I look good. I look good with that bear look. Here we go, y'alls. We're approaching 695 to take the Throgs Neck Ridge. Look at the sign, y'alls. And this is how you get to Long Island too. So if you're coming southbound from New England into the Bronx and you want to head over to Long Island, you come down this way, take 695, and instead of taking 295 south, you take 495. Here we go. Now we're officially on 695. Doing good. 495 is also known as the Long Island Expressway. There used to be some backup over here because they used to have the, what do you call those, to pay the toll booths. Yeah, they removed the toll booths I don't know how long ago, a few years ago. So now you just drive on through, don't have to stop. So right about this part here where it bends, the backup would begin. And you'd be doing on an average of maybe 10 miles per hour until you got to the toll booth. Oh, what's this? There's still some backup? For what? See it? You see the backup? Trucks are required to use the center lane, so I got to get in the center lane somehow. Looks like most car drivers don't look at the signs, so they don't know that when a truck gets to where I am right now, I got to start moving over into the center lane because that's required of me. That's what the sign said. But now I'm looking at my mirror and I'm getting blocked. Instead of people, oh, they finally did it. Many times they'll block you from going into the lane. I guess people don't want to be behind a truck because they move slow half the time. But this is where I'm supposed to be according to the sign, the center lane. Now this traffic, what is this traffic about? Not under this bridge, but under the Whitestone Bridge. In order for me to take the Whitestone Bridge, I would have to go a little further south on 95 to take the Whitestone Bridge. And right under the Whitestone Bridge is the Maritime College. State of New York Maritime College. Excellent college if you want to go into anything maritime related, anything to do with ships. It's an excellent college. Here we go. We're approaching the bridge, y'alls. 295. Oh, look at this guy. Got thirsty. For what exactly? I have no idea. Because he wound up having to stop anyway. Unless he needs to keep right so he can get on the Cross Island Parkway. And if you see above that sign, there's another little sign with white, black, and red indicating that no trucks are allowed on the parkway. Yeah, in New York, trucks are not allowed on the parkways. They have low bridges. Some of them are a little too narrow for tractor trailers. Oh, there's a sign. Oh, maybe I was wrong. Maybe it is this bridge. Over to the right is the Maritime College, so I guess it's under this bridge. The Throg's Neck, not the Whitestone. Huh. Speed limit 45. There it is. Trucks, center lane only. They don't want us in the left lane. They don't want us in the right lane. Well, the right lane will lead you to the parkway, so you don't want to make that mistake. Start cruising on the right lane and you forget where you're at. Then all of a sudden, boom, you're on the parkway. Then you're going to have big problems. Maritime College, State University of New York. Maybe some of those students are going to get a degree and go on to the Navy or become merchant marines. Very interesting. Very interesting. Yeah. This is something that would catch the professor's attention. Look at that. Oh, you can't see it. You can't see the New York skyline from here. Not at the angle that my camera's on. It's a lot bigger than any other skyline here in the United States. It stretches for miles. Maybe one day on a clear day, if I'm crossing over, I'll get some footage of the skyline. It's like no other city in the United States, the New York City skyline. And it's all in one borough of Manhattan. You got some in Queens, but most of the skyline is all Manhattan. Keep in mind, New York City has 5 boroughs: Manhattan, or as it was referred to by the Lenape Indians, Manhattan. Got Queens, got Brooklyn, Staten Island, and the Bronx. Yup, the Bronx. And we're entering Queens, and if I'm not mistaken, Queens has the most diverse population in the country. And I think Brooklyn is second. Might be the other way around now, not sure. But Brooklyn and Queens, they both have the first and second most diverse population in the United States. You got people from so many different parts of the globe. It's just incredible. From all over Europe, all over the continent of Africa, the continent of Asia, the continent of South America. You'll find somebody from one of those countries here in Queens or in Brooklyn.
What happened?
Yeah. Take a good look, y'all. Buildings. I think of the 5 boroughs, Queens might have the largest amount of territory that's middle class. Queens might have it. Brooklyn has some middle class, but I think Queens has more middle class territory. May not be able to see it from here, but you got some beautiful homes along here. I got 14 miles to go to my pickup, and I got until 3:45. My GPS is telling me I'll arrive by 3:31, but with this traffic, I don't know. And this is typical of this portion of the highway. A lot of these people are either going to try to get on 295 or 495. I got to get on 495 west. East will take you to Long Island, to Nassau County or to Suffolk County. Oh, got the disco lights. What do they got pulled over? Let's see. Yeah, they got, looks like they got a truck pulled over. Oh, but he's backing away, so he took care of business. Yeah, backing away. Took care of business. Little construction truck. They blazed them. What? A horse van? On the left there? I don't know if it's supposed to be in the left. Oh, here comes another truck. I don't know what's going on. Some left lane activity with these trucks. I don't remember if you're allowed to be on the left lane over here. I got out of the way as quickly as I could so this truck can get in the center lane. Don't want him to get in trouble. But that horse van up in the front, that white trailer, you can't see him now, I don't think. Driving up there, see him? Driving along the left lane. That might not be allowed at this point. Not sure. Gotta be careful. When you're a truck driver, you gotta be careful with that. Saw the cop just handling that construction truck. If he's ambitious, if that cop is ambitious enough, he sees that truck in the left lane, he might go after it. That's if he's not allowed. Because some sections of the highway, they will allow a truck in the left lane. I haven't seen a sign yet. Let's go. There we go, 1.5 miles away. 495. Let's get there. Let's get to it. I left that thing on. That fan blowing straight up toward the windshield probably made a whole lot of noise. The camera picked it up. Hopefully my microphone was able to compensate for that noise. There we go, folks. See the sign? Long Island Expressway, Midtown Tunnel, or Eastern Long Island, whichever direction you want to go. So I'm going to stay right here in this lane. Delays on the Grand Central Parkway. I'm going in the direction of the Grand Central Parkway, so that means delays for me. I'm not going on it, but I'm going in the direction of that intersection. So if there's a delay on the Grand Central Parkway, it's probably a delay on the Long Island Expressway because people are trying to get on that. I'm going to do the right lane. If I stay on the left lane to take this exit, I'll probably encounter some Long Island traffic. That traffic is brutal. Here we go, y'all. You don't want to go too fast, especially if you're loaded in a truck. You don't want to go too fast around this turn because, as you can see, your line of sight is cut short dramatically. You don't want to be going too fast. You don't want to slamming on those brakes. There it is. We're going to the Long Island Expressway toward Manhattan. All these guys on the left are going toward Long Island, toward Suffolk County, toward Nassau County. Let's go toward Manhattan. So I'm only 10 miles away from my destination. Sorry. Get up in this lane quick, fast, and in a hurry. You see the traffic on the other side? That's all Long Island traffic. We're not that far from the border of Long Island, from the border of Nassau County. Okay. See that car that came in from the right side? That's the on-ramp they came in on. The on-ramp is also known as the acceleration ramp. So you should be speeding up to the traffic that you're about to get into. Try to remember that. So I'm averaging about 40 miles an hour right now, even though it's a 50 mile per hour max speed limit. Speed up a little more. But again, look at that traffic on the Long Island bound side. And that's all day, every day. Here it is, y'all. We're starting to slow down. We're approaching that exchange from 495 to the Grand Central Parkway. So we're starting to slow down because of that. Well, y'alls, glad you came to watch this drive from the Bronx into Queens, two boroughs of New York City. Enjoy the rest of your day. Stay fresh and keep it profitable. Wipers going on, so let me go get Kitty so they can get you out of the rain. Kitty, get over here! Arabam Dacia, seviyorum çift kalem aça. Göremedi kimseden fayda. İşler